Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Abduction. We have just swapped over to the Arai populated world of Kaptar, which if we looked at the board in Farley's house, we know that Soria and Earth have bubbles on each other, swap bubbles with each other, and Kaptar and Murray have swapped bubbles with each other, which is why outside the Kaptar dome, it looks like the jungle world of Murray that we saw when we swapped from the other swap machine that we found in Hunrath. So let's go this way. There's a lever of some sort here, which appears to do nothing. I was playing Infra last night, working on the Bad Ending series, and totally confused my buttons once again. So, spin that dial, and these blades spin out, causing a windmill effect, which may power this platform to spin and take us away from our landing zone. I think that lever there will call it back, but we can't quite reach the dome wall here. So let's go the other direction and see what's this other way. Another call lever and some sort of a crude stop. That looks very much like it came from the scrapyard at Hunrath at one point. So now if we go back here, we might be able to rotate it a little bit further. And meet up with the dome wall here. But it makes the same kind of sound as we heard when the Mofang laser was still interfering with the dome. One thing about Hunrath that I really liked, and I wish they had done the same thing with the other worlds, was that you could go pretty much anywhere in Hunrath as long as there wasn't a wall or some other block in the way. Here in Kaptar, and we'll see in Murray, that you're basically stuck on these narrow trails that lead you where the developers want you to go. It has been a while since I've played this, so I may end up getting lost, even though it is a pretty linear trail. And probably will edit those segments out. These look like the barnacle stage of the Arai. We just saw one of the beetle stage ones buzzing around. And the other thing we're noticing is that there's a lot of fog, which keeps us from being able to see everything. There's our Mofang laser. There's another Arai. And it looks like if we go down this path here, we can get to that. Hello, beetle. Oh, there's two of them. This stuff also looks like it came out of Hunrath and was probably recently built by the humans. If the Arai polyarchs stay put and the beetles can fly, there's not much need for them to have paths they can use. But the humans might like them. Again, if I was playing a Sierra game, I would be saving every 37 seconds as I'm walking on this narrow ledge. But this is a Cyan game, and they don't do that kind of nasty trick where your character will fall off even though you're a full meter away from the edge. Okay. Up here, we see that thing in our way from down below is blocking a staircase that gets us somewhere on the other side where there might be some more interesting stuff. I don't think there's a way through there from here. Maybe up onto this thing. Yeah, there's the staircase we want to get to. This just kind of stops, and there's some Arai barnacles on the machinery. I don't think that nose cone does anything. Yep, he won't get back past in there. Won't crawl over the debris, rubble. Somehow we get to that Mofang laser, though. I think it might be this way? Yeah, not down the stairs there, which went to that human scaffolding. That goes over to this red-looking piece of Hunrath that's sitting here and blocking our access to the laser. That's the map of Kaptar. We find ourselves in this house here with the bunk beds that we looked at probably in the very first episode and haven't had a reason to come back to. Which is also next to that railroad track that goes into the cave. And now it's actually through. So let's see if I can remember where we parked our laser zapper and see if we can take that along to Kaptar. You'll notice the loading screen took a while. It's worse if you start somewhere other than Hunrath. Alright, so I can turn that switch off. If you start in Hunrath, you get the big loading hit at the beginning. When you start, if you load the game in one of the other worlds and then swap to Hunrath, your loading takes forever. It's because of the sheer amount of detail in Hunrath. It's got to load every one of these rocks laying around, every barrel, every tire, when you come back into the level. And I think we're already on track to go the right way here. So let's see if we can get our vehicle into position here. And then magically we teleport back to Kaptar. Now, you probably noticed the reversing loop on the track up at the junkyard in Hunrath. If you go there first, then try to bring this thing in facing the other direction, it doesn't have the range to turn around. And you basically have to go out and around and re-reverse the thing before coming to Kaptar. And that's why I haven't been down to see what's behind those glowy rocks by the waterfall yet. Don't know if this will put me in the right direction for that yet, or if this just takes me to a dead end at the water tower. I can't actually turn there. So I think what I want to do is I want to go do that waterfall thing after I do Kaptar. Park this thing here. It'll probably recharge. Maybe be a little bit faster when we come back out. And since there's a swap machine right here, we can teleport right back to where we were. Back to where we have obduction and not infra. Alright. Okay, so where does that leave us to go? We still can't go there because we need to get that stuff out of the way. So I guess the way to go... Again, I just want to get a smaller view of this thing. Up on my other display here so I can try to figure out where the heck we are. Okay. Those banners up there appear to be made of these little scales that are littered around the place. They've been falling apart. We came in one of these directions, and there's also a path going off in the other. I forget which one is which, so let's just go up. I think up is the way forward. If not, we'll come back. Here we can oversee everything, and we notice there's our favorite type of tree right there. Go further up, there's more banners, there's more hooks hanging over the wall. I thought the note said that they caught, that the later civilization used the beetles to capture large fish things. Use the beetles as a bait. Alright, and we need to get in here. And right away we see this great big machine here. Those barnacle stage look like they woke up as we came in. This path goes to a narrow walkway, which leads to something like an elevator, and if we go down there, we find our original swap-in location from Hunrath. Don't need to go there right now, though. There's also an overhead path that goes to this other elevator thing. That might become important later. And there's this thing here. Looks like it might control something if we could just get in there. And then there's this box. Fully labeled in Russian. I don't speak Russian, so we'll have to get the iPad out, stick a Cyrillic keyboard on it, and translate some of those words. Just like in Myst, just like in Infra, we have no idea what we're doing, so we're going to just tamper with every piece of machinery we find. So I think we want to start out by moving this lever here. Which lowers that set of gears into position. Then we can crank this thing, which unfurls these sails, which starts the lower half of this thing cranking like a windmill. More barnacles. Spin that, and it connects to the camshaft. I think that's a cam drive shaft, whatever. And it's converted to horizontal motion. Lateral motion, I think is the proper term. And those things there aren't grabbed on. Come upstairs, we see this thing is unscrewing like a bolt, and we can get into this contraption maybe now. Yep. And then if we flip this handle, the appropriate grabber will grab. And we're just going to reconnect all four of them. And we notice that all this other machinery hanging out in the area is also spinning. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes of episode. So I think we're probably going to be wrapping this up shortly here. So we can go shortcut back from here down to where we first linked in or swapped into Kaptar. I think I'm going to take the longer path back to the swinging bridge that we fixed when we came here. Because now that we can go through the wall, we can go through the wall. This oddly circular thing almost looks like it was swapped in from Arai, most likely. And we can get onto the swing bridge. And let's see if there's anything useful on the other side. There is. Over here we can see more of that heavy-duty machinery. And it seems to be driving this elevator cart, this transport platform. And that's moving a large claw thing out of the way over here. And this is why we have this overhead track. But now, if we go down the stairs, if I'm remembering the path correctly here, we can get to the staircase that was blocked by that claw thing, now that we've got the claw thing removed. Yep. And we're over here on this side of the equipment now. This nose cone looking thing doesn't seem to be connected to anything anymore. And there's a couple different ways it looks like we can go. We can go down here, and well, that's just an overlook. But it looks like something happened there. Looks like a broken swap machine. Half of what may have been a Mofang with a blaster gun. And it looks like that scale is connected to that swap machine. Maybe we can get down into there and see if we can figure out more of what happened. But it's obviously not going to happen in that direction. Right? We can go up those stairs on either side. There's a third set of stairs straight ahead. And then 2 additional staircases going off in these directions. This one leads to a path, looks like. And there's a passageway here that leads to a door. which is of course locked. Probably closed up as part of their battle preparations. The door does vaguely resemble the one that we saw across the river that we can't open. Here's the tree again. We can't actually get to the tree from here. So I think we're done on this side. Let's pop up this other direction here and see if there's anything. Yep, there's, looks like that's the path forward. And this is blocked. Alright, so in the next episode, we will leave the Kaptar Temple area and go up that direction. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.